3 layers of dirt, not a single structure. That means no stone, no villagers, no iron, and much more. But I'm gonna survive 100 days in this flat world. Ha! Flat earther, what did you just say? But it's impossible to do anything with just dirt, so I got a bonus chest as well. And in the chest I got 5 logs, which at the time I thought was enough, but it wasn't enough. After getting the loot, I went underground to mine dirt and hide from slime, which I spent the whole day doing. At night I came up from the surface to get iron from zombie. And the reason we need iron is to craft cauldron, so that when it rains we can get water and use that water. But the chance of iron dropping is less than 1%. I almost broke my axe, but still no iron. My luck was used on armored mobs because I found a bunch of them in these 100 days. But it was pretty tough because after my axe and pickaxe broke, I had to use my bare hands to kill armored zombies, and not a single one of those zombies dropped a single iron. Morning of day 2, I killed 1 zombies and picked up bones from last night. Then I had some 100 years dry aged steak. Then I used creepers to mine dirt. I turned the bones into bone meals and used it to get seeds and flowers. After I got the seeds, I crafted a crafting table, placed it down, and crafted a hoe. Then I started a wheat farm. After the farm is done, I built an animal pen. Then I spent the rest of the day looking for sheep, but I didn't find any. At night, I continued smashing zombies for iron, but I didn't get iron ingot. I got iron shovel. Oh, 200, almost max. Oh, I'm good. Mining dirt is gonna be easy. And I killed more zombies until I got... Ooh, carrot. Then I lost my focus to a golden skeleton and I died. Fortunately, it's not hardcore. Morning of day 3, I went to get my stuff back. Then I went back home to farm some wheat, but I realized I had lost my hoe. So I hurried back to where I died. Oh, thank God. After getting the hoe back, I went back to expand my wheat farm and added carrot to the farm. Then I continued my journey of trying to find sheep, but as I was looking for them, if I had iron to craft cauldron, I would be able to get some water right now. Oh, by the way, do you see that? My calves are big now. I've ran so far, but I still continued running until sunset, and there was 0 sheep. Ooh, why so many golden skeleton? I want sheep! Sheep! Ooh, I just said it. Look at what it's doing. Look at this one. This one's even got enchant. Ooh, it's like they like it when I complain. Now this one's got leather. Ooh, even the zombie got boots. Then I found a zombie with a sword, but he didn't drop the sword. And the other zombies didn't drop iron, so I started complaining. It's the same. You're not gonna drop, are you? What are you gonna drop? Drop carrot? Sheep? Sheep. They don't spawn. Man. They actually didn't drop. But even though I complained, I continued fighting zombie. I also fought a spider and almost died. So I went back to fighting zombie and complained again. Oh, this one's got chainmail. Where's my iron though? My iron, man. Yeah, keep it coming. You won't drop, right? Yeah, keep them coming. You won't drop. No drop, no drop. Yeah, keep them coming. No matter what, you won't drop. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Thunderstorm. But thinking about it now, I haven't seen a single pig. And the reason I mentioned pig after seeing the lightning is because we need both of these things to obtain wood in this world. But before we get there, we need to get iron first. And it would be day 13 that we actually get iron. As for day 4, right now I am about 1600 blocks away from spawn, but I haven't found a single sheep. So I walked back home and attempted to build a mob farm. And do I know how to build it? No. Did I watch a tutorial on how to do it? I didn't. How am I building it? I'm guessing. And I ran out of dirt. So I mined until my shovel broke. And it was perfect timing with morning of day 5. I started the day with smashing zombie and he dropped his helmet. Ooh. After that, I continued building the mob farm, using wood to craft trapdoor to trick monster into falling. Then I cleared out the pillars so it's easier for mobs to fall, and as I was fighting slime, a skeleton fell from the farm. It works! It works! I think it worked! It worked, but not well, at all. And I couldn't finish the farm because the skeletons kept falling down and interrupting me. So I decided to kill more zombies for iron instead. And tonight I found a zombie villager. It was my first time playing Superflat, so I crafted a boat, trapped a zombie villager because I didn't know how common they were. They were very common, so this was a massive mistake for me. But after trapping the zombie villager, I spent the rest of the night mining underground. Morning of day 6, I was gonna finish up the mob farm, but there was a lot of skeletons. So I farmed wheat and lured chicken into the pen instead. Then I lured the skeletons out to the sun, but no one still kept spawning in. So I towered up to the farm and placed torches. Then I ran far away to let the mobs despawn. When I went back to check, only the spiders haven't despawned, so I was able to finish up the mob farm. And yes, no slabs because I don't have enough wood, and no carpets to prevent spiders from spawning because no sheep, and the farm had no monsters. I assumed that it was because it was nighttime, so I fought zombies outside instead, actually more like running away. And of course, it's him again. Found a golden skeleton, but no iron ingot. Got iron sword instead. After that, I went to use the mob farm, which absolutely sucks. I had to hit the skeleton 8 times to kill it. Terrible. And it barely has any mobs. So I went and farmed crops while waiting for the mobs to stack up. When I went back, there was a decent amount of monsters, and I used the sword because the slime made me panic. And eventually he got me, so I had to lure him away from the farm. I continued using the farm, but still no iron. And the slimes kept bothering me, so I shot them in the face. Then I reconnected their body parts back together and placed it down on the floor so that their descendants won't spawn. Then I mined a grid to spawn-proof slime, but the sun was setting, so I went down to bedrock level and mined all night. Morning of day 8, I used the mob farm, but I didn't get anything good, so I continued mining the grid. A wandering trader also spawned in, and he sells saplings. Of course, I didn't have the emeralds to buy it, so I went back to mining the grid. After mining the grid, I used the mob farm, but I didn't get anything. With the dirt that I got from mining, I placed down more grid while dodging slimes. And today I managed to spawn-proof 4 chunks before I died. Morning of day 9, I made the killing platform lower so it's easier to kill. Then I placed more grid and dodged slimes again. From day till night, and I almost died many times, as you can see from the amount of heart I have left. And I also ran out of rotten flesh, so I had to get more from the mob farm, which now takes me 5 hits to kill the monsters. Still horrible. The monsters also barely fall down, so I went and farmed wheat instead. Then I killed zombies until I got iron shovel, golden boots, and another zombie villager. Ooh, zombie. Zombie villager again. And I managed to trap him without any problem at all. I was just kidding, but he actually sat in the boat. And the night ended with a potato that this baby zombie dropped for me. But I already broke my hoe, and I needed to keep the wood for a loom for my future villager. So on day 10, I replaced a carrot with a potato. Then I reduced my render distance at the mob farm, hoping it would make the farm better, but it didn't really help. So I placed more grid to spawn-proof slime, which I was able to get 2 chunks done before sunset. After sunset, I was at the mob farm, and I got a leather tunic and a leather cap. Still no iron, and the farm wasn't working that well. So I turned all the bones into bone meals and used it on the crops on a rainy night. But as I was farming, I was interrupted by these zombies, so I smashed them until the morning of day 11, but none of them drop an iron. I went back to farming some crops, followed by a mob farm because I wanted arrows. Then I killed chickens and cows around spawn because I noticed that for the past 11 days there hasn't been new passive mobs. Then I placed more grid while killing anything that's not sheep or pigs. Took a break to kill some menaces, then some innocent cows. Then I tried to get an iron sword from this zombie, but I was interrupted by a spider, and it almost killed me. So I went and hid in the mob farm while ripping zombies' toenails, but they still didn't drop anything good. I went out to place more grid, and I found another zombie with an iron sword. I lured him back to the farm, and I died. I got my stuff back, but he didn't drop the sword. Morning of day 12, I tried to get an iron shovel, but I almost died. After that, I checked on the mob farm because it was working so bad, and I got pushed off by the spider. But it didn't really bother me. I had no resentment. I mined holes in the farm to let lights in so mob wouldn't spawn, and today was another rainy day that I didn't have any iron. But after checking the farm, I killed spiders to get string to craft wool and craft carpet. Then I cleared the monsters out of the farm and placed carpet to spawn-proof spiders, but I only had 3. So I killed all the spiders in the farm, but I only got 1 string. So I patched up the farm and used the farm, but a slime killed me. I still continued using the farm because I wanted arrows. I only got 1 because the farm sucks. So I went outside to kill zombies, but got killed instead. After that, I changed my target to spiders, but I still almost died. So I trapped myself in the mob farm until morning of day 13. Today is the day I get my first iron. I started the day with farming and harvesting. Then I found a zombie villager in the mob farm, but I already have 2, so I killed him. Still no iron though. I continued killing cows until finally... Oh, look at that! Oh my god! Oh, come here! You guys come here. Finally, the sheep spawned in, so I lured them into a pen and I made them produce an offspring. Then I overfed them to make them grow faster. After getting the sheep, I tried to find pigs, but I couldn't find any, so I released my frustration on a chicken. At night, I killed spiders to get string to craft carpet because I didn't want to kill the sheeps yet. And every time I saw a zombie holding a weapon or a tool, I couldn't hold myself back. My first iron! Oh, the shovel dropped. Ooh. Oh, my luck is here. My luck is here. Not really, but I did get my first iron. Oh, that's another shovel guy. Oh wait, That's a star. After that, I spent my time placing down a grid, but zombies interrupted me, so I killed them until morning. A bright morning with an entertaining start for the sheep, and I'm a working peasant serving the sheep. After serving the sheep, I went down and placed more grid, which I actually got really good at. Okay, I didn't, but I placed all my blocks and let the sheep have a good time. Before I went and mined dirt until my shovel broke. Also, good time comes with bad time. I had a fight with a zombie on top of the mob farm, and I placed the carpets that I got from the sheep in the farm. Before I got bit on the butt by a spider and fell down to half a heart. A similar situation happened before, so I had no resentment. I got some of my stuff back, but the zombies took my other stuff and they surrounded me, so I had to kill zombies until morning. But no iron. Morning of day 16, I used the mob farm, then I dealt with the spiders and jumped into the mob farm for no reason. And that's why I said 5 logs wasn't enough. No, my trapdoor! I went down to see if the trapdoor had fallen, but there was no trapdoor. So I went up to fix the farm, but... I was disheartened, but I didn't back down, so I went and killed the spiders, crafted carpet, and placed carpet, and patched up the hole. Then I farmed wheat and fed the sheep because I needed more carpet. At night I mined dirt at bedrock level and killed the enderman because I was scared he was gonna mess up the animal pen. Morning of day 16 I bred sheep and sent them to heaven and finished patching up the farm. The farm still wasn't working well, but at least spiders weren't spawning. To make the farm better I had to spawn proof slime, so I placed more grid. At night I still tried, but the creepers were getting in the way, so I used them to get blocks. And the night ended with breeding sheep, farming, and breeding sheep again. Day 17 I was spawn proofing from day to night. Then I farmed wheat to breed more sheep, and I used the mob farm all night, even though it's the worst at night. Day 18 I found sheep that were about 100 blocks away from spawn. I lured them further away and built a pen. After that I got the sheep from spawn and brought them to the new pen, because finally I learned that if there's a lot of animals in spawn chunks, new animals won't spawn in. After moving the sheep I killed the leftovers, new sheeps as well. But the zombies were interrupting, so for the rest of the night I was killing zombies. Oh, we got a second one. Day 19, it was raining and I was farming. After that, I lured the black and gray sheep to the new pen because I still don't have these two colors. After getting the sheeps in the pen, I tried to get pigs by killing other animals near spawn. At night, the rain turned into a thunderstorm, so there was a lot of mobs. I killed both a sword and a shovel zombie, but they didn't drop. After that, I tried to get iron armor from a full iron zombie, but he also didn't drop. And a golden zombie also didn't drop. But eventually, I found what I wanted. Pigs! I took the pigs to the new pen. Along the way I found sheep, so I took them as well, but a failed pig was jealous of the successful pigs. Day 20, I only had one pig left, but I still mined a pit to bedrock for it because monsters can't spawn on bedrock. After that, I went to use the mob farm, which I waited for a little over a minute, and I got one whole creeper. Originally, I wanted to get more pigs, but the farm was so bad that I had to place down more grid. After placing the grid, I started farming wheat, and I found a skeleton horse, so I got close to it and said, "Come at me, bruv!" And I let them fight. After that, I continued trying to get pigs. And of course, I found another golden skeleton. So many of them. And I found pigs again. But it was really hard to transport them at night. So hard that I died. What you just heard was not real. I'm a very calm person. So calm that I stayed inside the mob farm all night. Day 21, I lured the pigs to the pit and I bred them. Sheeps as well. Then I saw pillagers, so I built some sort of trap. I provoked the pillagers, and that's when I knew it's a trap to trap myself. I don't know what I was thinking either, but I ended up running away. And today was the day I couldn't tolerate the mob farm anymore. It sucked so bad, so I went up to check, but mobs were spawning. I dug a few holes to let lights in, and I ran far away to let mobs despawn. Then I destroyed the farm to rebuild it. At the time, I had to hit mobs 8 times to kill it, so I built the farm a little higher, and I looked up how the farm is supposed to look like. So on day 23, I only had to hit the mob 4 times to kill it, and the farm had more mobs falling down. But compared to the farm at the end of 100 days, this farm still sucks. But it was still a lot better than before, so I used the farm all night while mining dirt. Morning of day 24, the zombies were blocking my exit, so I shot their toes with my bow. Then I farmed crops, then fed these cute squared faces. Then I watched a spider fall, climb, and I shot his bum. Then I used the mob farm. Sheriff. 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 It's so fun, Sheriff. Ooh, oh wow. If it continues like this, it's gonna take an eternity. So I went up and expanded the mob farm from day 24 to day 25, but I couldn't finish because I ran out of dirt. So I mined dirt under the farm. Met a trader, farming and mining dirt at the same time. Day 26, I finished expanding the farm, but I couldn't get down because a skeleton was in the way. So I jumped to my death, and the farm was massively improved. There was a bunch of mobs, but I moved the killing platform a little bit, so there was a decent amount of slime spawning, and that's why I had to place more grid from day 26 to day 27. After placing the grid, I continued using the farm, which I used until day 28, and I got an iron shovel, gold chestplate, a really good bow, and sugar from a witch that I never use. But I started noticing that there were fewer mobs, so I went outside to check. Endermen were spawning in my farm and they were stealing blocks. I built the farm 3 blocks tall because zombies couldn't walk over carpets, but I didn't consider endermen spawning. I had to go up and destroy the farm, and I dug holes to hell for endermen to fall down, and the shovel that I just got broke already. So it took me to morning of day 29 to mine out the roof. After that, I patched the walls back up and placed the roof, which was finished at about 11 o'clock. Then I used the mob farm and got glowstone and a bunch of bones, but no iron. At night, the farm wasn't working well, so I farmed wheat instead. Actually, I farmed other crops too. I just wanted the first letter to be the same, and I spent the whole night farming and fighting mobs. Then I tried to breed animals, but they all had a cooldown. So I went back to spawn to use the mob farm and got a glass bottle. Ooh. After a while, the farm started slowing down, so I farmed crops instead. After using the mob farm again, I didn't get anything, but I heard a thunder. I hurried to the pigs, but I saw a wandering trader, so I checked what he was selling. No sapling. I hadn't even gotten to the pigs, but the thunderstorm turned into regular rain, so I just buried the pigs. And I was gonna mine a bigger pit for the pigs, but I was distracted by a chainmail skeleton. And of course, no drop. After that, I fought zombies until 1 drop iron. Yes! Then I realized there was a lot of mobs, so I went back home to use the mob farm, but the farm had 0 mobs. So I had to kill zombies outside the mob farm. And in the morning of day 31, the zombie that walked out of the frame, he dropped iron. I got more blocks from a creeper. Then I was almost killed by a skeleton, but I was able to lure him out to the sun. After that, I used the mob farm, which got me 0 iron, but I did get gold boots. Then for some reason, the mobs were on fire, so I went up to check the mob farm and realized the farm still had a few holes. After patching up the hole, there was no problem, so I used the farm and got more gold armor. But locking myself up in the farm didn't feel good, so I locked up a trader instead. It was really difficult. After locking up the wandering trader, I used the mob farm and got more gold armor and a shovel as well. At night, the farm didn't work well, so I bred pigs, used creeper to mine a bigger pit, expand sheep pen, bred sheep. Then I killed a shovel zombie, which he dropped. The first time I tried to get the shovel, my inventory was full, so I threw out rotten flesh. Second attempt, I picked up rotten flesh. Zombies and spider were also trying to kill me, so I had to bail. When the sun was rising, I hurried to the wandering trader, but all that was left was hide. The reason I went to the wandering trader in the morning is because he has a chance to drop a milk bucket when he dies. That means if I get lucky, I don't have to use iron for a bucket. But I was unlucky and I was upset, so I used creepers to help me feel better. Then I farmed mob and farmed crops all day, but I didn't get iron ingot. I got iron leggings, and the enchants on the leggings were pretty good. At night, I was gonna go to the animal pen, but I couldn't hold myself back when I saw a shovel zombie. Same with the chainmail skeleton, and they both didn't drop. Unlucky, so I used creeper to feel better again. When I got to the sheep pen, I grabbed a shovel from last night, and it still had a good amount of durability. With this new shovel, I used it to expand the pig pit all night. In the morning, I fed the pigs, killed the witch, killed the creeper, fed the sheep, and I went back home to use the mob farm. I got a chainmail helmet and it started raining. Agony. Raining. No cauldron. And when I went back down to the mob farm, 4 kids tried to jump me. Where did they all come from? At night, I was farming crops, and of course, I was interrupted. Interrupted with nothing to compensate. No iron, no shovel, but I got death, and I got my stuff stolen. When I got it back, it got broken. So I just went back to farming instead. Then I fed the pigs, but the pigs weren't hungry. Sheeps weren't either. So I went back to use the mob farm for iron. First session, nothing. Farming break. The next session. I only needed 2 more iron, and that night I got 1 more. Yes! Just 1 more, just 1 more. With only 1 more, I wanted to keep trying, but the mob farm wasn't working at night, so I went to the pig pit and killed zombies along the way. I wanted to breed pigs, but the pigs weren't feeling it. Same with the sheep, so I just mined the pit until the pigs started feeling it, and the sheeps as well. Day 35 and 36, I used the mob farm all day, all night, because I really wanted that last iron. But I didn't get it. Day 37, I also used the farm all day, but I killed mobs outside at night, and I almost got killed by a mob. But fortunately, I was able to hide in the mob farm, and I used the secret martial art technique, the penis punch. Even though I almost died, I didn't care. So I continued fighting zombies until morning of day 38. Today, I was still trying to get iron, but I was bored, so I dyed my pants yellow. At night, I went outside to kill zombies again, and I found 2 golden skeletons, which didn't drop their armor and almost killed me. Day 39 was a similar day. Mob farm all day, crops farm at night, and of course I killed zombies. Day 40, mob farm all day, no iron. At night, as I was walking to the animal pen, I found 3 golden skeletons. When I got to the pen, mobs were everywhere, so I fought them all night. Day 41, I bred pigs, expanded sheep pen, and bred sheep. Then I used the mob farm all day, but I didn't get any iron, only gold armor. At night, I went to the pig pit and fought monsters, then a creeper released the pigs. I had to fight the monsters for a bit before I could peacefully bring the pigs back in. After bringing the pigs back in, I felt bad that they lost their family members, so I made them produce new family members, but a bigger family also needs a bigger space, so I spent the rest of the night expanding the pit. Day 42, I had a lot of bones, so I used it on the crops. After farming the crops, I farmed the mobs, and as I was doing that, I found a golden baby zombie holding a sword, and I got gold leggings, but today was another day with no iron drop. At night, I fought zombies again, bred pigs, expanded sheep pen again, bred sheep, and I fought zombies until morning. Day 43, I smashed zombie and got a leather tunic, and I used mob farm all day to get that iron, but I didn't get it. Then that night, I fought zombies with my bare hands to see if my luck would change, because I usually use bow, and the result was, it didn't change. Then I found a zombie with full chainmail armor, which was probably super rare, but what's rare is his drop loot. My luck with iron isn't here yet, so tonight ends with pig breeding. Day 44, I went back to the mob farm, but they say number 4 is a bad number, so my luck was bad. Just kidding. I killed over 1400 zombies to get 7 iron ingot for a cauldron. With my cauldron, I hurried to the animal pen, built a pillar, and placed the cauldron right on top. Added a few more blocks, and a wandering trader spawned in at night, but he didn't sell any saplings, so I shot him with an arrow. Then I became his bodyguard while digging a pit and breeding pigs. Morning of day 45, as he was drinking his milk, I shot his left butt cheek, but he didn't drop the bucket. Since I didn't get the bucket, I had to use the mob farm, and I got an efficiency 1 shovel and an iron ingot. At night, I went to the pig pit and built a new mob farm. Morning of day 46, the farm wasn't done, but I was low on carrots, so I had to farm carrots. Then I turned off the mob farm at spawn and fed the newly harvested carrots to the pigs. Tame llama. At night, I continued the farm, but I ran out of dirt. So day 47, I got more blocks with creepers. Then I mined dirt from the old mob farm, as well as carpets and trapdoor. But as I was collecting materials, it started raining. So I hurried back to the cauldron, I waited anxiously, and I prayed that I would get 1 level of water. Landlady, no water, can't wash butt. I waited till almost morning, but still no water. Day 48, I was bored just waiting around, so I continued building the farm. After I ran out of dirt, I was gonna check the cauldron for water, but wow, my farm is working so well. Under the farm I meant, and the result of cauldron and rain was... No! I didn't get water, and there was a bunch of mobs under the farm, so I went to spawn to get torches and spent the rest of the night digging the old mob farm. Day 49, I placed torches under the farm. Then I continued building the farm until it was finished, and this farm only takes 1 hit. Awesome. But because we moved the farm to a new place, we had to spawn proof slime again. At day, it was easy, just dodging slimes, but at night there was a bunch of mobs, so it was difficult. So I used this opportunity to get more dirt. Day 50, halfway there, but it feels like we just got started. Oh, because what I'm doing is the starting activity. I started this challenge with as little knowledge as possible because I thought it'd be fun to figure it out along the way, but it was more like a waste of time. At night I was gonna farm crops, but the zombies interrupted me, so I killed them all. Then I farmed crops and killed zombies all night. Morning of day 51, I bred pigs and placed down grids until I ran out of dirt. Then I used the mob farm and I was surprised because I had to hit zombies 2 times to kill them, but with skeletons and creepers I only have to hit them once. And like I said, I ran out of dirt, so I had to use creepers to mine dirt all night. Day 52 was the day I finished placing down the grids. After placing down the grid, I went to transport the zombie villagers. One of them died, the other one went missing. I failed to transport them. After hiding in the mob farm all night, morning of day 53 I came out and the first thing I did was farm carrots. I needed a lot of pigs, so I hurried with farming and breeding pigs. Then I used a mob farm until I found a baby zombie villager, so I made him sit in the boat. I continued using the farm until I got iron, but at the time I didn't see it, so I didn't react. And as I was using the farm, oh, rain, rain. It started raining, so I used magic on the cauldron. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Fill up, fill up. You better fill up. Fill up. Do you think this is gonna work? If you don't think it's gonna work, comment war, you're crazy. If you do, comment war, you're crazy, lucky. After casting a magic spell on the cauldron, I expanded the mob farm killing platform, which allowed me to pick which mob I wanted to kill. So I killed everything except for a witch, and I trapped the witch in a boat. I checked the cauldron, but the magic spell hasn't worked, so I used the mob farm while waiting. Check again, the magic was stuck on immigration. I played with creepers to relieve my boredom. Honestly, it was my favorite thing to do in these 100 days. And the first thing I did on day 54 was build a roof for the baby zombie villager so he doesn't get sunburned. Then I checked the cauldron again. Mob farm to get iron while waiting, and I got iron.
Yes, sir.
And when the rain stopped, I checked the cauldron again.
Yes.
Oh, is that 2? Oh, just 1. But we still got it. We still got it. After getting a bottle of water, I used the mob farm until I got an enchanted shovel. Then I found an adult zombie villager and got another enchanted shovel. Since I got the adult version, I sent the kid version to heaven, then trapped the adult. With the new shovels that I got today, I expanded the pig pit all night. Day 55, I went back to spawn to transport all my stuff to the new base. Oh! Then I realized I hadn't used the iron I got from day 45. So I had enough iron to craft a bucket. But I didn't want to craft a bucket, I wanted a free one from a wandering trader. So I just transported my items. Then I farmed until sunset. In my note, it says I was using the mob farm at night, but the mob farm doesn't really work at night. I was just hiding from zombies. Day 56, for the final time, I expanded this sheep pen, then fed the pigs. It was really laggy. When the breeding was done, I used the mob farm and got a chainmail helmet, then a chainmail boot. But after using the farm for a while, I was scared that a creeper might sneak up on me, so I built a wall around the farm. Then I used the farm and got a sword and a chainmail armor with a lot of durability. Then as I was sorting my inventory, I heard a voice. A new wandering trader spawned in. And he sells both oak saplings and moss block. I was afraid he's gonna die, so I trapped him inside the wall. Then I killed a witch because I lost all my sticks. But instead of sticks, she dropped a speed potion. I tried to get more blocks, but I got too comfortable with creepers and almost died. Then I bred sheep, queued sheep, crafted carpets, and spawn proof a bit under the farm. Tame new llamas, mob farm while waiting for rain. Realized carpets should have been placed on top of the wall, not outside the wall. Helped trader from zombie. Used farm, got armor, got 1 ingot, 2 ingot, 3. Just kidding. But with 2 more ingots, I didn't hesitate at all to craft shears. And I don't know why, but when it gets close to dawn, I really like to play with creepers. Day 58, I built a new pen for the sheep because I wanted to separate them by colors. But I ran out of dirt, so I sheared some wool to finish the new sheep pen. Then I moved the sheep to the new pen color by color. And I thought it was only gonna take 1 day. I was so wrong. I started on the night of day 58 and I finished on the morning of day 61. Day 61 was a rainy day, so I checked the cauldron. To relieve my frustration, I killed a few fake pigs, sheared some white wools, checked the cauldron again, and I changed the top layer of the sheep pen to white wool just to make it enderman proof. And I died to a zombie, and they stole my armor again. With my stuff back, I checked the cauldron again. Day 62, I killed animals for food, and I was gonna continue placing the white wool, but a skeleton shot me in the face. So I tried to get arrows from the mob farm, but then I realized the wandering trader despawned. What I should have done was take him far away out of my render distance so he wouldn't despawn. But I couldn't think of that at the time, so all I could do was move forward and finish this project. And when the rain stopped, I checked the cauldron. Shake the booty. My mom used to tell me if I ever felt disappointed, I should take a poo. Nice brown poo like this dirt. After I farmed, I went to shear some wool, but I got comboed by a spider. I managed to run away and I saw a llama fighting a zombie. New wandering trader! I tried to help the llama fight zombies, which I did, but I couldn't fight the spiders or the skeletons. I went back to grab my stuff and I was scared, so I locked myself up in the farm until day 63. Day 63, I went to check what the wandering trader sells. He doesn't sell saplings, so I trapped him for bucket later. Then I farmed carrots for the pigs, but as I was walking back to the pit, it started raining. I fed the pigs in a pit that is super laggy. Then I checked the cauldron, but it just rained, so there was no water. I waited in the mob farm and I got an enchanted chainmail armor with blast protection too, but it was bad omen because a few minutes later this happened. Huh? The creeper exploded instantly, so I had to fix the farm, but as I was fixing it, the rain turned into a thunderstorm. So I hurried to see the pigs, because if they get struck, they turn into a zombie-fied piglin, and if I kill the zombie-fied piglin, I'll get gold, which can be used to craft golden apples. I was tricked by the game. I thought lightning struck the pigs, but it struck a skeleton horse. The skeleton horsemen were also pretty dangerous, so I got rid of them. Then I prayed that lightning would strike the pigs, but it struck the sheep. No, not the sheep. And lightning struck again, but not on the pigs. And again, but on a failed pig. Seeing a charge creeper made me want to get a skeleton skull because they kept shooting me. So I put on a newly acquired blast protection 2 leggings, but as I was luring the charge creeper,
Yes!
finally lightning struck the pigs. But monsters were everywhere around the pig pit, so I hid in the mob farm until morning. First thing I did in the morning was check the cauldron.
Yes, yes, yes. Another one, another one, another.
After getting in the water, I dealt with the monsters around the pig pit. After the monsters were dealt with, I said, nice cut, G, but doing it this way would have been too slow, so I built a stair to hit the pigments down. Then I let the piggy boys out. At first, it was working well, then I said farewell. But even though I died, they were still mad. I got my stuff back and I was hitting the pigmen until almost sunset, which left me with 33 gold nuggets that can be crafted into 3 gold ingots. Then I was going to put the pigs back in the pit. Ow. Not safe at all, so I grabbed my stuff and I almost died again, so I hid in the farm all night. Morning of day 65, I hurried to the wandering trader, but he knew. I didn't get the bucket, so I just lured the pigs back into the pit. Then I farmed more carrots and wheat, but I was interrupted at night, so I went back home to breed sheep and shear some wool. Then I towered up to look at the beautiful progress of this world. All night. Day 66, I was lucky and got an iron ingot, but I wasn't recording, so I got a clip from replay mod, and when I logged back into the world, I died. But fortunately, it was in the farm, so it was easy to get my stuff back. Then I made the killing platform bigger again, bred pigs back to its population size before lightning struck. Then I watched a skeleton get sunburned. It was very sad. And it rained once again.
Let's go.
Since it rained, I used my magic power again. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Oh. Magic is real. And I now have enough water.
Yes!
So I hurried and made infinite water. After getting water, I placed a wall around the pig pit. Then I started spawn-proofing my base by placing water everywhere. From day 66, day 67 also spawn-proof all day, killed zombie villager, day 68 still doing it. Then I farm wheat after I finish. Then I turn mud blocks into slabs, place water to transform zombies into drowns, slabs to stop water, but the zombies weren't converting. So I killed the first set of mobs. The second set never came, so I went to look in the sheep farm to see if there was any mobs. There wasn't, but it was okay because it was gonna be morning anyway. So I tried again on day 69. It didn't work at first, so I changed my water placement, and now it works. So I spent all day trying to get copper from drowns, but I didn't get any because when zombies turn into drown, they get the health back, so I couldn't kill a lot of them. I tried to get one more iron from zombies to craft a sword, but they didn't drop. At night, the farm stopped working, so I just placed more water. And it seemed like I forgot that the farm doesn't work at night, because instead of using the farm during the day, I placed water until almost sunset. But since the sun hadn't set, there were still mobs in the farm, so I made more drowns. Then I built the stairs again, and I let the drowns out, but they don't know how to use the stairs, so I still had to use my bow and arrows.
Copper.
We got one, but still needed 2 more for a lightning rod, and the rest didn't drop any, but I got a disc somehow. I never used it because there's no diamonds, and I don't know why, but the second set of zombies didn't convert. Day 71, I made the killing platform 1 block wide again, and it made it easier to convert. Since the zombies converted, I used my bow to kill them again, and the first one dropped copper. It really dropped. I didn't even see it in the moment. After shooting them for a while, I was scared to run out of arrows, so I let them out, but they didn't care about me at all. Only a zombie villager was interested, so I made him sit in a boat. Then I killed the other drowns until I got enough for a lightning rod.
Oh,
It's enough. I was confused, but I didn't complain. I crafted the lightning rod immediately, and I placed it in the pig pit so the pigs would get their butts sapped. But as I was leaving, the pigs threw the lightning rod back to me. Just kidding, it's actually a bug. After placing the lightning rod, I killed all the drowns left in the mob farm. Then I used the farm, but I was bored, so I mined muds instead. And as I was mining, I heard a voice. This trader was outside and he sold saplings. I was scared that zombies would spawn on nearby blocks and kill the trader, so I spawned proof with carpets. Day 72, after placing carpets, I prayed for rain. Because to progress forward, we have to change zombie villagers to villagers. And right here I was trying to get iron for a sword, so I could kill more drowns for another lightning rod. But I had no luck today. So I farmed wheat to chill, but then it started raining. Please be thunder. Lightning shall strike. I farmed as I was waiting to see if the rain would turn into a thunderstorm, but it got really dangerous at night. So I went home and with the wheat that I just got, I crafted packed mud. Then I started building. Day 73, I was still building, but the rain stopped. I continued building for a bit, even though it wasn't fun because I couldn't make any mistake. Then as I was building, I thought, maybe the mob farm doesn't work at night because I haven't spawn-proofed the spawn chunks. So I went back to the spawn chunks to place water. 73 during the day, wet. 73 at night, a little more wet. 74 during the day, even more wet. 74 at night, I found a new wandering trader, but I couldn't look at his trades because mobs were everywhere around me. 75 during the day, I died. And the zombies and drowns took almost all my stuff. So I went back to the mob farm to farm some arrows. Then I finally got lucky and got iron from a zombie. But at the time I was just focused on getting my stuff back. After getting my stuff back, I continued placing water from the night of day 75 to noon of day 76. Night of day 76 was raining and I found a new wandering trader. And he sold birch. Day 77, rain turned into a thunderstorm. So I hurried to the pigs and it didn't take long. They got hit so many times the pigmen started dying. I provoked the pigmen and built new stairs because I destroyed the last one. And I had to build a platform for them to fall onto because the floor is water. Then I let the pigmen up the stairs and I hit them down again like last time. No more storm, then sunset. I was starting to get scared that the gold would despawn, so I jumped down to get the gold. But I still had to dodge the pigmen and the gold ingot actually despawned. So I lost my cool and hurried to get the gold. I lost at least 2 gold ingots, but at least the 39 gold nuggets were safe. Then I realized most pigmen were stuck in water, so I went down to hit them. But eventually I made a mistake and paid for it. I was able to get some stuff back like iron, so I went to the mob farm to grab another ingot for an iron sword, but this was when I realized that I had lost my crafting table. I hurried back to kill the pigmen, but there was a lot of them, so I killed a smaller group just in case some of my other stuff fell in this hole, but then a pigman snuck up behind me and killed me. I was able to get my stuff back and continue clearing out the pigmen, but it was too late, and all the wood I had left was 3 planks. That means I can't progress in this world anymore because I can't craft golden apples. I didn't know what to do next, so I just mined dirt until the morning of day 79. Then I used the dirt to build, as I was thinking about what to do for the next 21 days. It didn't take long for me to find a new goal. Even though I can't get wood or other types of blocks, I will build as much as possible with the blocks I have. I sheared until the shears broke, crafted a new one, got more blocks, then I continued building. Morning of day 80. Yesterday a wandering trader spawned in, so I tried to get a free bucket the next day, but I was too slow. Not having a bucket slowed me down a little bit when I was building the roof, but it was okay, I still finished before sunset. At night I had another building project, and it was to express my feelings towards the pigmen. That expresses my feelings perfectly. Day 81 I grew flowers and dyed the sheep, then I sheared them after, then I started a new build, but I ran out of food and the pigmen were laggy. I was gonna get rotten flesh from the pigmen to eat, but yeah, carrots are better. But I still held a grudge, so even though I don't need rotten flesh, I still wanted to kill. I killed them all. Got a lot of gold too, but there's no point. Day 82 I continued building, but there wasn't enough blue wool, so I used bone meal to get more corn flowers and dyed the sheep. Sheared blue sheep until the shears broke, continued building, and I was out. But I still had yellow wool, so I continued building, and I ran out when the sun was rising. I ran out of shears, so I tried to use the mob farm to find iron. From day till night I didn't get any iron, only armor. I couldn't find any creepers, so I let my frustration out on the last pigman. But it wasn't enough, so I let it out on a zombie villager as well. Day 84 I rode around in a boat. Then I wanted to build some pixel art, but I didn't have enough carpets, so my trophies turned out green. I went back and collected all the carpets I used for spawn proofing, but it still wasn't enough. So I stole some wool from the sheep pen, and on day 85 it was finished. Trophies. But I felt like it was missing an outline, so I started placing light gray carpets, but I didn't have enough. So I tried to get iron again, but I didn't get it. But then I had an idea that in these 100 days, I wanted to die 100 times. So I checked how many times I died already, and it was 25. I wanted as many unique deaths as possible. I already died to creeper, skeleton, spider, slime, zombie, and zombified piglin, but I never died to these mobs, and I was lucky because I had a zombie villager in the mob farm. I plugged up the tube, killed all the other mobs, then I invited the zombie villager to eat some human tartar. And that was 1 death by zombie villager and 26 deaths in total. As I was walking back, I realized I never died from drowning, so I drowned. Then I thought I never died from fall damage, so I jumped down from the old mob farm. After that, at night, I penis punched the enderman. Then I converted the zombie into a drown and let him kill me. Later, I tried to find a witch, but then I remembered that llamas can also kill you. But the problem is they barely do any damage. A spider and a zombie was also after a llama, so there was one less. When my health is low, a spider tried to ruin it. I avoided the spider by staying in water, but the llama hit the zombie on accident, so the zombie started going after the llama. Now the llama is super far away, and there was a lot of mobs, so I couldn't die to a spit of a llama. But I did spot a witch, so I started walking towards her. Almost got blown up by a creeper, got close to the witch, and died to skeleton. Morning of day 86, I got my stuff back and used the mob farm to get a witch. After getting the witch, I punched her in the face twice and stood still. Then I tried to get a llama to kill me, but it was a tame llama, so he only retaliated with one spit. I rubbed bellies with the slimes to get my health low before I provoked the llamas. I got the llamas to get my health pretty low, but I accidentally rubbed bellies with the slimes again, so I had to start all over again. But finally, I was able to die by a llama's spit. Then I wanted to die by entity cramming, which is basically when you're in a small area with a lot of entities and you just get squeezed to death. The method I chose was to dig a pit, jump down with weight so the sheep would follow, but I didn't die. My sheep died. So I broke out of the pit and broke the wall separating the sheep. Then I tried again, but the result was the same. Failing the same thing twice wasn't enough, so I did it 3 times. So stupid. But I did get light gray carpets to continue outlining the trophies. And tonight the trophies was finished. Morning of day 87, I put important items in the chest, and everything that doesn't fit in the chest I threw it on the floor. Then I speedrun getting 100 deaths at spawn from day till night. "100 days, 100 deaths. Success." I went back to the mob farm to pick up my stuff. Then I used all the bones to farm wheat, bred the sheep because I killed a bunch of them. Then I killed the pigs because their squared faces made me think about the crafting table. And I thought this message was too harsh, so I removed it. Day 89, I wrote a new message, but I didn't have enough carpets. So I bred more sheep, then used the mob farm to get more bones while praying to get iron from zombies. But for some reason, the farm didn't work as well as it used to. So I started placing dirt around the bone blocks, hoping a creeper would spawn there. But I got shot by a skeleton and it was almost morning, so it didn't work. Morning of day 90, I was baiting a creeper, but he was really slow. So I placed blocks for him, but he dodged it. Eventually, I was able to get him to explode on the bone blocks. He also destroyed the cauldron, but it wasn't needed anymore. All the bones were used on wheat, and I fed like gray sheep for the last time. It was very sad. Karma is real. But day 81, I was still killing sheep. And I finished writing. This one is way better. And I actually did that. Oh, that was a pink sheep. After that, I remembered that I've never died to lightning, so I dared Zeus to do it. And I never died to fire, so I stood on fire. Then I really wanted to finish the minion build, so I killed skeletons. Then I was gonna get more bones from a skeleton horse trap, but it wasn't a skeleton horse trap. Fortunately, it was morning, so I just used the mob farm. I used the farm all day and got bones, but didn't get any iron. With the bones I got, I farmed wheat all night. I finished farming on the morning of day 93, but the wheat was uneven, so I killed a skeleton horseman from day 20. In the end, it was still uneven, but I still fed the sheep anyway. I didn't want to kill the sheep, so I tried to get iron. Didn't get it though. At night, I used bone meal to get corn flour to dye the sheep, and I used the rest of the bone meal to farm wheat again. Day 94, I did the same thing. Find flour, dye the sheep, bred the sheep, try to get iron, farm some wheat, bred the sheep again. Day 95, I was using the mob farm again, but still no iron. I was disappointed, so I farmed wheat. At night, I killed zombies at spawn, but one actually dropped iron. So I tried to get another one all night, but I didn't get it. Day 96, I gained good karma by feeding animals, and it helped me get another iron. Finally, I was able to shear the sheep again, and it made my goal of finishing this minion before 100 days more probable. Day 97, I ran out of wool, so I got more. Then I continued building. And day 98, it was finished. Kinda creepy. And it's also bullying a glow squid. But even with the minion done, I still had some wool left, so I crafted them into carpets. Then I started building another pixel art, which had a goal of being a lion, but it was gonna be a yellow, blue, and green one. But not even halfway through the build, I knew that the carpets weren't going to be enough, so I killed sheep until day 99. As for the change in level, of course it was because I died. But the level is not important. What's important is the skill to dodge slimes, which I sorta had, so I was able to finish. After that, I practiced my parkour skills. Then I spank a skeleton horse to say goodbye, punch creeper in the face, punch zombie in the stomach, poke the spider's eye, punch the skeleton's arm, penis punch the enderman, rub the llama's back, peg the sheep. Then I placed all the white wool I had. And on the morning of day 100, I let the sheep out of their pen, built stairs for the skeleton horse. Then I took my time to look at everything I built in these 100 days. I left everything I had at the mob farm, and when the sun was setting, I buried myself because this world had nothing left for me.